Hello, hello, friends. Happy Monday. This is Diane with Boho Stamper, and thanks for joining me today while we do a really cute little card with one of the new stamp sets out of our upcoming annual catalog. So, for the month of April, this is the host code. If you're going to shop with me and put this into the host code box, then I will send you, as a thank you, when you order $50 or more in product on my online store, I'm going to send you mini glue dots as my thank you this month. And if you order $100 or more, in addition to the glue dots, I'm going to send you a silicone mat, which is just awesome for gluing little bits and pieces and not getting it all over your work table. So there's that. And this is the upcoming annual catalog that will be available beginning May 3rd. If you are a current shopper with me and you shopped since October of last year, I think is when I searched, you'll be getting your catalog in the mail directly from Stampin Up. And then I will send out to you samples of the new in colors that will be coming with this catalog. Now, I have not put my pre-order in. I will do that this week. Several reasons. One, excuse me, I wanted everything on the pre-order list, and I can't afford to do that. So I had to really think carefully about what I want. And I think I have that decided. So I'll put that order in, and along with that, I'll get my new in colors, and I'll be able to make my samples up for you and send them out. So hopefully you will be getting those about the same time you get your catalogs. So today we are actually going to, this is the only thing I have so far out of the new catalog, Uniquely Artistic. And this is one of the stamp sets that has a little bit of like a watercolory artistic effect. I played with some different color combos here, not too many different ones because spring's coming and I wanted to use something bright and cheerful, so we're using pinks. And this is a little outside of what I typically do. I don't always use bright colors, but I tried a couple different things. I stamped my flower in Melon Mambo, and then stamped off once and used the fill. I did this one with Melon Mambo and polished pink. This one was Melon Mambo and then polished pink that had been stamped off once, and I really liked that one the best. The best. And what else did I try? Oh, and then I was playing with greens for the leaves, and I did my leaf outline in Granny Apple and then stamped off once and did a fill. I used soft sea foam, same way, stamped off and did the fill. And then I used Granny Apple Green and soft sea foam as my fill, and I liked that the best, but I ended up going with soft succulent because you know how it goes. My cards never turn out the way I had them in my head. So this is my design that I started working on. And I started on this from one of the cards in the new catalog. It inspired me to do a circle because that allows me to tell you about another opportunity. And I know I have my stitched shape die someplace, and I can prove that because I have stitched circles already cut. Heaven knows where they're at. I looked everywhere. Can't find them. And I finally gave up and just went back to my tried and true original circle dies from about 100 years ago. But I keep them and I use them a lot. Along with my basic shapes, which is what I can't find. Anywho, I've often told you that if you're first starting out and you don't really know where to begin and what to get, that if you have the opportunity to get basic shapes, that's where you should start with your dies. you're going to have that chance in this catalog again. So if you don't have basic shapes, and I can't show you the inside of this yet until it goes live, but just trust me that you're going to want to take advantage of that opportunity. Boy, I've used that word several times today. That was my word for 2022, opportunity. Yes. So the one that's coming out in this catalog will be called Stylish Shapes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 15 dies. Oh yeah, it says it right there. 15 dies in that, so watch for that in your catalog. And if you don't have some shapes, this might be something for you to start with. Okay. And so here's where we're headed today. I'm going to make a birthday card, and this is why I thought that the card in the catalog, this is what inspired me to do the circle. I love circles. I don't like fussy cutting circles, but I like to decorate in circles. As a matter of fact, I thought I had a smaller one cut that I didn't use, and I was thinking I had to take this is very vanilla, I had to take the leaf and go around the outside because they always make such nice little wreaths. But I'll play with that later. Lots to do today, so I have to, oh, no, we need that one. We have to get started. I started with Melon Mambo, a half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I scored down the center and folded for a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base. And we are going to do this landscape today. And then I need my cheat sheet under here for my other measurements. And then I used, this is out of the New Horizons 6x6 pack, which is not in the new catalog. So if you've got this, you can use it. But if you're waiting until the new catalog, you'll be able to get 6x6 sheets in the in colors. So you could use any of those designer series papers out of there in whatever color combination you're going to do your card in. Okay. So I used out of that New Horizons, where's my measurements? I don't want to do the graph paper up here because it makes the camera blurry. This is 3 inches by 5.5. And then I used a piece of polished pink, and that is 2 1/4 by 5.5. So 2 1/4 and 3. And they go the whole way across the 5.5 inch card. I've already run this through the embossing folder so that you didn't have to watch that and have the table shake all over. And this is using the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folder. It is being carried over into the catalog. I used the splatters, ran my strip of polished pink through there just for a little bit of effect on the card. And I thought it kind of looked pretty with the little design in the New Horizons pattern there. Okay, so that was Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folder. And this is one of the smaller embossing folders, so you can use this through your mini Stampin' Emboss. Which, I have to see if hubby, I finally figured out, I think what happened to mine, I think the bolt fell off of the screw that holds the handle in, and I think it's inside my machine. I don't know if he could take it apart and get that out or not. Okay, and then I used my, what size is this? This is about a 3.5 maybe inch, 3 3/3 maybe circle. I think that the ones in the new catalog are about 3 inches, so you would be able to make this a little bit smaller, but this is how mine measured out. And I'm using the outline pattern of the flower in this stamp set with Melon Mambo. I think one of the fun things about decorating in a circle is you don't really have to measure things out too much. I mean, we're going in a circle, so it's not like I have to try to get everything evenly in the corners of a square or, you know. And then I put my smaller petal towards the center. And yes, I have ink all over my fingers. I'll show you what I was working on. And I found that my Night of Navy marker has a bad tip and that Pale Papaya leaks. And I guess if you overlap in the center, it's not really going to be a problem. I did that on the last one too. I don't know how I missed it. Because our greeting is going to go in the center here. Okay. And remember, when you have photopolymer stamps such as these, and you're using reds and pinks, your stamps are probably going to stain. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I use them all the time, so it doesn't matter to me if they have a stain. Put back my case so I don't lose it already. And my leaves I did in soft succulent. Well, this is what I was working on that I got ink all over. One of the demonstrators was kind enough to make up a chart for us. And I've used my markers to fill in the colors, and then you can tell what colors coordinate with each other. And sometimes when you print off, we have another chart too that's already filled in, but when you print that, sometimes the printer ink looks a little bit different than the actual ink. So I printed the plain one and I was filling in with my markers that I have. Also shows me which markers I'm missing. So I thought I had a Flirty Flamingo, but I guess I don't. I have it in blends. I could fill that in with blends, but I really wanted to keep this all the same medium that I'm using. But my Night of Navy, my tip is bad on there, so I have to get a new one of those. Shaded Spruce also could be fixed. But anyways, I thought that was going to come in really handy because it tells me what I don't have, and it helps plan out my colors. So you can see, actually, I'll show you on here, we're using Melon Mambo and Polished Pink. And because these two colors touch each other, I know that they will coordinate. Sweet Sorbet is our new one that's coming out. So if I were to do this in Sweet Sorbet, any of the colors surrounding it will coordinate with that. So it's a handy dandy little chart. Let's get back into my color page. All right. So let's use our soft succulent and add some little leaves around our circle. And I'm just going to fill these in between each flower. And we're done with that. Then I took one of the smaller circle dies, and I'm using the greetings from Peaceful Moments and just making a birthday card. So I'm using Happy Birthday. I did stamp this one in Polished Pink. Their silence at. That's the girls starting. We have luncheon date today, and everybody's going to start saying whether they can go or they need a ride or whatever. The other good thing about a circle is I think they're easier to get centered. But of course you can always stamp that on your basic white scrap and then cut it out. But again, I was trying to get some of my stamps or my die cutting and embossing done so I didn't have to shake the table so much. And I think by now, well, I'll pretty much know how to do that. I don't need to watch. So when I laid this on my, and I don't know, are these hibiscus? They kind of look a little like a hibiscus. When I laid it on there, I thought that looked a little blah. Just kind of blended into the background too much. So I went back into my circle dies and found the next larger size than my greeting circle. And thought that looked a little bit better with a border around it. Then the next question was, did I want to pop that up? Well, I wanted some depth to it, but I also thought I wanted to add a little ribbon to the front of my card, and because the polished pink in color ribbon is so thin, this was going to work well. If it were the thicker ribbon, I probably wouldn't have used it because it might have made this just a little bit too thick in the center. But this is going to work well. So rather than pop the greeting up, I'm going to pop the whole circle up. So, time to just start putting stuff together. So this is the 2 1/4 inch strip that we've run through the embossing folder. Using a little liquid glue because of the embossing. And I will lay that across the center horizontally onto my designer paper. Hopefully getting that straight. Yay. And then we're going to center this horizontally onto the card base I lied. I'm going to put my ribbon across here first. And I'm just going to use a little glue dot to do that. Make it easy. Oh, see, you'll be able to use glue dots if you get these as my thank you. Just makes it easy enough to center across my panel and stick it on the back. Oh, the girls are fighting over a dog bone down there. Yeah. And then we can add, I'm just going to use, where did I put my tape runner at? Because the designer series paper is a little bit thinner, I don't really want to put glue on that. Oh, there it is, I threw it in my jar. We'll just use some tape runner around the edge. You can use double-sided tape, glue dots. You can use liquid glue. I just don't want to see the ridges of glue on my cards, so whoops. It needs to go down just a little. And then we'll center it again horizontally onto the card base, for real this time. Okay, let's put Happy Birthday on its little Melon Mambo mat. Oop, here. Get that centered. Center that in the middle of our stamped image. Let's see, I think I want a leaf on the top. I don't know why, I just like it like that. And then I can add some dimensionals to the back of my large circle. Ooh, this one's going to go on there pretty secure. I got two dots there. Or dimensionals. Ooh, I do have to go get ready here pretty soon. I need to pick my one girlfriend up for our luncheon. I don't want to be late. Oh, I twisted my ribbon. If you don't press your dimensionals down too securely, you can oftentimes just grab it and move it a little bit there before you make it permanent if you think that you don't have it where you want it. And then I used the polished pink stones from the 21 to 23 in color jewels. So you'll still be able to get those as well. Add as many or as few as you like. I wanted this to kind of glittery up. Oh, I could put one right there. My Nike spot was. Huh. So I did 5 on that one. Why not? And that was the card. Yay! Easy peasy. Absolutely. Now I have to work a little bit on the designs that I showed you where the outline stamps are filled in. I would like to, maybe that's what I'll work on for next week, is to make a design where I can fill them in and use some more of these little leaves. I'm going to say these stems are for the smaller buds. So maybe maybe I'll work on a wreath and continue using my circles. Yeah, that'll be the plan for next Monday. So we might be using Uniquely Artistic again, but completely different card. We do it in different colors and make it a little more subtle. It might work well for a sympathy or a get well card. Well, get well could be bright. But in any case, this is the starts. This is the start of the new stamp sets from the new annual catalog. If you don't have a demonstrator and you haven't shopped with me and you do want to get a catalog, you can email me at diane@bohostamper.com and I will get one sent to you. And you'll be able to join in with some of these new cards that we're going to do with the upcoming catalog. So, until next week, thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye.